up, y'all? Life happens. I know I said I was gonna have it up the 18th, but I don't know, gotta make some money and I had to take care of some other stuff for my little girl. So, you know, I rented a video a couple days before. I looked at it and I didn't really realize the file size that it was. So I looked at the length. I had hours and hours of video, which I was just like, nah, it's too much, at least for a download or even streaming. So I'm chopping it up in a couple parts. So what you're about to see right now is kind of like the preview, or not even a preview. It's 2 parts out of the original. You know, I'm just chopping it up part by part. So first part, you're gonna see me talking about the MPC. Really just talking about moving a pattern from the MPC to the MV. You know, I'm gonna go over a couple things. It's gonna be real basic, but just showing how you can save the MIDI file and then save the program and then get into the MV. It's easy to do MIDI, but you know, when you got patches and sounds assigned to the MPC and then you put them on the MV, the pad assign's different, so you gotta reassign it to whatever it is on the MV. No big deal, but you'll see that. After that, you'll see Ski giving you guys some tips on, you know, the drums, you know, how to make them knock and whatnot. So take a look at it, you know, and I'm gonna get the rest of this video up. It's actually rendering. I'm making it smaller pieces so that you know, I can put it all up on the internet. So check me out later.
Alright, this part right here is it's a basic example. How to get, you know, a pattern from your 2000 XL into the MV8000. It's really a basic, simple example like I do in all my videos. First thing you gotta do is save the sequence. That'll save it as a MIDI file. Okay, so you had a MIDI file on the you know, on your media, whether it be a floppy or a zip drive. Then after you save that, you gotta save it where it says all programs and sounds. You need it to be a I forget what it is on MP, but a PGM file. But you need it to be a PGM file in order for it to be recognized with the MV. You know, if you look at the screen, you can see the options that we got going on. Alright, now, so after you get it onto the PC, you can USB it to the MV. In some people's cases, I'll probably say go ahead and, you know, burn it to a CD. You know what we did? We imported through the zip drive, and then copied those files to a folder on the computer. Then we're taking those files, which is the MIDI file and the program, and actually burn it to the CD using Nero. Then we put the CD into the MV. Now it's time to import the sounds. Yeah, import the sounds and the MIDI file. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna import the MIDI file and then import it directly into a pattern. Now, what I'll do, I'll view the pattern, and it'll show, you know, several instances of MIDI. A lot of the stuff was looped, so what we have to do is reassign the sounds to that particular MIDI information. So what you got to go back into the import screen, and you got to import the program. Which when you import the program, it'll import all your sounds that you used in that particular song on the MP into a instrument patch, which you'll see in a second. Alright, so once that gets in there, it's called new program A. That's what we say the program is in that.
That's just all the sounds, right?
Alright, so this is the event list editor. Take a look at it. You got your position, your pad, the note. You know, it'll give you a couple other things in there. I'm on track 1. So, on positions 1-1 and 3-1, there's an event that on pad bank 2, pad 13, something was triggered then, which, like I said before, on the MP it was a couple loops in there. So that one loop's going to get triggered at 1-1 and 3-1. So whatever you had on that particular track on the on the MPC, you just gotta apply the sound to that particular pad on the MV. You know how you triggered it or whatever, but you would take whatever sound and apply it to that particular pad, or what you would do, you would change from 213 to whatever that sound is on. So what you're gonna want to do is review over your MIDI events that are in the event list editor on every track, okay? Because of the mapping of the MV and the mapping of the key, not the keys, but the pads on both units, they're different. You're gonna have to reassign the sounds to the particular events, which is pretty easy. Just review over everything first before you get a rough idea of what sounds on what pad, and then you'll be able to reapply it with ease.
Alright, so you just go to the track, hit the event list, and then associate a sound with it by going over, and then that's where you gotta hit that. It'll switch the note on it. Hit the same thing again. No, go back over, hit the same pad, and then what you gotta do is do it for all the tracks you got. Alright, so track 6 is nothing but hi-hats, 3 different types. Those 3. So what we're gonna do is split the note on it. What you gotta do is go into exit real quick. You gotta go to where it says pattern edit. And then what you have to do is select your region in and region out. So you gotta go to the top of your sequence, select a particular track, which is track 6. And then you gotta do region in. And then go all the way over and then region out, which that'll be the end of it. Then you want to go down to the command option, go to the function where it says split notes. What the hell is that? Right there. Then select. And then you want to tell it separated by pitch. And that's it. That's cool. It's going to be the whole drum. So then execute. You're going to have the same track over again. See at the bottom how I put track 6 3 times? See down at the bottom where it says 9, 10, 11? Go down to where it says the first track 6. And then go to where it says event list. Go ahead, exit.